You guys, I'm so sorry. I'm sitting here chatting away and you can't even hear me. Can you hear me now? Yes, I have to turn on my mic and I completely forgot to do that. And I was sitting here for like 5 minutes waiting for the show to start and it just never even occurred to me that I needed to turn on my mic. Oh my goodness. So hey, as you guys are coming in, and I'll say hi to everybody. As you guys are coming in, tell me what yarn are you guys going to be using for today? I'd love to know what yarn. But you got your hook ready? Your 6mm? This is my 6mm. It's a clover hook. But hi, Kay. Hi, Terry. So I'm going to start. I know Emily was at the very beginning. Hey, Emily. Hey, Joy. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Margaret. And Lisa and Jet. And Gloria. Hello, everybody. So nice to see everybody here. And Terry and Kevia. Let's see here. Make sure I say hi to everybody who said hi. And Sparkles. Hey. Hey, so let me know what yarn are you guys using? Tell me what yarn you're using. I was telling you the story of my cat getting me on this finger. So I was going to get these nails taken off because I just can't do the upkeep right now. And I can't take them off because you basically have to soak your fingers in like acetone or acetate. I think it's acetone. Anyway, you have to soak it in there. And I've got this like clawed little flap of skin on this finger. And I have to wait on that. And it was a little one. It was my fluffernutter that did it. So the link to what we're going to make is everybody's going to make it. Everybody, you guys make it too. That's why I shared it. I'm not going to do a tutorial per se because it's not my pattern, but you should. I linked it on my community tab, and then I also linked it in the description of the video. But what we are going to make is called the Easy Tropical Cowl. I did not print it. But let me see. Let me share this screen really quick for you, okay? Okay, so that is what we're going to make. It's the Easy Tropical Cowl. So you need a 4-weight yarn. It is using this kind of yarn, Red Heart Unforgettable, which I'm going to take this off the screen now. But that's what we're making is the Easy Tropical Cowl. But they require unforgettable yarn. Oh, Christmas potholders. That's awesome. I love that. Unforgettable yarn. And so it's a 4-weight yarn. And unforgettable is a roving yarn. So sometimes it gets a little bit less than 4-weight, but for the most part, it's a 4-weight yarn. Now, this pattern calls for, because it's a loose stitch, it calls for, this is the little dude that hooked me right there. This guy. And he's looking for attention. Hi, bud. Hi, buddy. You say hi. You say hi. Hi, handsome. Yes, you make me stop my whole show. Just say hi to you, huh? I would prefer that you not go that way. Can you not go that way? Let me help you go this way, okay? Ooh, a sorting hat with hand-dyed yarn. Awesome. Thank you, Yarn Bar. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so you've been listening and making supper. All right. Well, so that's what we're making. So who is going to be making this pattern with me? And you don't have to. Of course, you can make your own thing, but who's going to be making this pattern with me tonight? The cowl. And I'm curious what yarn you're going to be using. I am not going to be using this yarn, even though this is the type of yarn that it calls for. I decided to use a different 4-weight yarn, and I'm going to be using this yarn. And this is Karen Crystal Cakes. It was a limited time cake, but yeah, so Karen Crystal Cakes. This is what I'm going to be using. He is so floofy. He is. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Tammy. He is. He's so he. We also call him fluffernutters. I don't. You guys probably. I need to do that one video where they flash up all the different names you name your animals because he's Screech is his a given name, and then a little one, little poop, but I use a different word than little poop, and fluffernutters. Okay, yeah. So you just need Stephanie. You just need a 4-weight yarn. You don't need to you don't need to have unforgettable. You just need a 4-weight yarn. Thank you, Terry. Yes, I forgot about these. I was looking for the yarn, and then my sister, my not my sister, my daughter, she dug this out of some hole that I have in my house, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, we'll be making on the replay, finishing up with the blankets. Awesome. Okay, that's fine. I understand. You bought a Karen cake for it. That's cool. It shouldn't take too long. I'm thinking that it'll probably take because this is only going to be an hour-long episode, so I'm thinking that it will probably take if we don't get finished this particular whatchamacallit, I don't know, my brain's not working. This episode. Then I'm thinking we might be finished next episode. At most, I would say probably next the following episode, so 3, and then we'll pick another. So the week that we finish, we'll pick another pattern to kind of go do together for the following week. So I'll just keep redoing that, and as long as you guys are enjoying this, then we will do it. We will do the projects. We will get them done, and we can give them away for Christmas gifts, right? All right, so everybody, do you have your, so I'm not going to be, I'll show you the stitches and stuff, but just remember I'm left-handed. There's a reason why I'm hooked to the left, but I'll show you the stitches and stuff as I do them. And then we'll just kind of work on it and talk and chat while we're working on it. All right, so let's first go to, let me go, I got to find that. Where's that? Is this it? There, nope, that's not. There it is. Okay. All right. So it says what you'll need is a 4-weight yarn. It says Red Heart Unforgettable, but a 4-weight yarn would be fine. A Susan's Bates hook, but any hook, 6 millimeter. I got my clover. All right, and it's saying to check your gauge. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't check gauge. And this is a cowl, so you have an idea if it's going to fit around your neck or not. It does look like it's going to be one that we sew together. It says cowls work back and forth in rows. Short edges are then crocheted together to form a circle. Edging is worked around both edges of the circle. Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth like a scarf, and then put it together, and then do edges around it. So that'd be cool. All right. So first things first, we need a chain 35. Chain 35. All right, let me get back on screen where I can see what I'm doing. Hey, if people are in there. So, oh wait, we got no new people, but that's okay. I have a couple of mandala cakes that I wanted to do a hat and cowl that will work perfect. Awesome. Okay, so here's mine, and if you're super brand new, which I don't think you are, but if you're super brand new, if you need to make a slip knot, you just no, I did that wrong. You know, I'm trying to do this, and I used to do this so well. Forget it. I'm going to do it my way that I normally do it. I just do it around 2 fingers and then pull through, and I have way too much excess here. Around 2 fingers and then pull through the loop that way. There we go. So that's what we're starting with, the slip knot. And then we need a chain 35. Chain 35. So I'm gonna be counting here in a minute, but so my chain, this is 1. So I pulled the slip knot down short. All right, I'm gonna loosen that up just a little bit. Try and be as loose as you can on your your chain. I know I tend to get tight, so that's 1, yarn over, and then pull through, 2, yarn over, and pull through, 3. Okay, so we want to do that 35 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 10 more, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 5 more, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All right, so I got my 35 here. My little chain of 35 right here. I don't, oh my gosh. You know what? I'm so bad. I don't know the letters. I know it's a 6mm. It's a J. It's a J hook. It's a J hook. J hook. Here we go. So everybody have their chain that's making this with me. You have your chain of 35. I love that everybody's saying hi to each other. That's awesome. Excuse me. I had a cup of coffee before this. So of course now I'm warm. All right, you guys are good to go. You're set. Awesome. Okay. So the next step in doing this, and I honestly don't think I'm going to need to talk to you too much about it, so we can just chat while we're crocheting, because I think it's a 1 row repeat. It looked like to me, but let's take a look and see. And you know what, Yarn Barf, even if I think if you use the 6.5, it may be just a little bit bigger, but it'll also be it'll be drape very nicely. All right, let me go back to the, okay, so row 1. Yeah, it's a 2 row repeat. Okay. Okay, so row 1, you half double crochet into the second chain from the hook and each chain across. So it'll be 34 half double crochet. I'm not going to count, you guys. I'm just going to go into the chains, but as the second chain from the hook, you do a half double crochet. So to do a half double crochet, you want to yarn over and then go to your chain. Now, since we're sewing this together, what part of the chain doesn't matter, but you do want to make sure that you put it in the same part every time. So if you want to do a side, part of the side loop, then that's fine. If you want to go into the back loop, that's fine too, but it matters a lot less because we're sewing it together, and that would be hidden. Now, if this was a scarf, I would always recommend going into the back loop because it's just a nicer finish. And I would actually even just skip the chain and just go with a half double crochet foundation row. So you can do a half double crochet foundation stitch. I would recommend that. So you yarn over for a half double crochet, and then you want to go into the second chain from the loop. And this is not going to show it well because, so it'll be this chain right here. Because it's a floofy yarn. So just go in there, yarn over, pull up. And so now you have 3 loops on your hook, and you yarn over again and you pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet. Okay, so it's like you're going to do a double crochet, but you don't do that second step. And I'm losing part of my yarn. It's falling onto the ground. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time. And then we're all just going to go ahead and follow through. If somebody needs me to show it again, you just tell me and I will. But you yarn over. Okay, then you go through the loop that you want to go through, you yarn over again, pull through the loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over, and then you pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so that's a half double crochet. You want to do that all the way across, resulting in 34 half double crochets on your project. And if you need me to show that again, then let me know. I'm happy to. Don't be embarrassed. We all were beginners once, so don't be embarrassed. All right. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a very fuzzy yarn, which I think will be cool. It'll look cool in the end project, but fuzzy yarns can sometimes be difficult to work with. So how is everybody? You think you can do that? Awesome. Okay, Kitty, thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I figure most of you guys know the half double crochet, but I don't want to make assumptions. And also anybody who's watching this on the replay, I'm happy, I want to make sure that they know how to do it as well. So while we're doing this, and I know you guys are typing and I'm chatting, so it makes it a little bit easier for me, but you may crochet a little bit faster than me too. Tell me, how is your Christmas going? Your holidays? Are you ready? I know I'm not, but that's okay. I'm never ready. I'm never ready. And also people aren't expecting much from us this year, so that makes things takes some of the pressure off there as far as that goes. But what about you guys? Are you making projects for everybody? Have you gotten those projects done? Do they look like they will be done? Are you making like one singular project for somebody super special? I should like get Epidemic. You know what? That's what I'll do for next time. I'll get a playlist going on Epidemic Sound and have that playing while we're crocheting. You still haven't decorated, neither have I, but I probably won't decorate. It's hard to decorate this house. Just because it's so small. And also I've tried like doing the tree thing and the cats just demolish it. So I enjoy the decorations at my mom's house, at my sister's house. Ooh, you're cooking for 15, making lasagna. Now, is that for Christmas or are you doing that tonight? Because that's Tammy. So oh, Kivy, are you asking what I'm making now? Or are you asking like what am I making for Christmas or right now we're working on this is the crochet together. So I know that not everybody's working on this, but we chose the cowl. And I'll show you again. I'll show everybody again here real quick. So this is what we're making, the easy tropical cowl. And I'm not going to be doing a full-on tutorial only because it's not my pattern, but it is a free pattern and you can download it below. But that is what we are working on right now. For Christmas. So you're making lasagna on Christmas Day. That's awesome. 15. That is a beautifully full house. Beautifully full house. But that's what I'm working on, Kivia, is that particular pattern. And the link's down below if you want to download it and work on it along with us. So King is trying to figure out a schedule so I can do my little crochet business, but have not been very good at keeping my projects from inventory and getting very distracted. It is so easy to get distracted. So are you getting distracted with like new projects or what are you getting distracted by? Totally ready. Don't have anyone to get gifts for. My husband and I exchanged some small gifts and have a good meal on Christmas Eve and Christmas. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Emily. I love it. So it's a nice quiet Christmas. Isn't that cow pretty on her, right? Yeah, but she's a pretty she's a pretty girl anyway, so I bet it'd look pretty on anybody. We'll see if these cows work on us. I'll model mine once we get done, right? I will model mine once we get done. Okay, I'm getting close to the end of my row. I know I'm kind of slow, especially since I'm trying to do this up a little bit. And I'm talking, so I'm not totally focused on what I'm doing here. But I am getting close to my 34, my first row, my 34 half double crochets. I forgot the name of it. Yes, that's true. Yes, new projects and looking up YouTube videos. Yes, I'm with you on that one. I totally understand. I get distracted too. Pinterest is even worse. So what ends up happening is that you start browsing through Pinterest. You have your For You page, I guess they call it nowadays, but it's the page that the algorithm says these are all the things that you would like, and you see all sorts of new projects to do, and you want to do them all. So, all right, is everybody? So here are my 34 across. Do I need to wait on anybody? I doubt I do. But there's the 34 half double crochets across. So you can still see the stitch a little bit, even though it's a floofy yarn. It's got a lot of halo. It's got a lot of halo. That's the word I was looking for. But that is 34 half double crochets. So the next thing that the pattern tells us to do, yes, it's a rabbit hole, is so row 2, chain 1, turn, working in back loops only, half double crochet in each stitch across. Okay, so it's all back loops. So I'm going to chain 1, and then turn my work. Okay, so then I'm going to half double crochet into the back loop. So when they're talking about the back loop, so here's the flat part of your work. When you're talking about the back loop here, so if I'm working like this, my back loop is I want to go in here into the middle of the stitch and just pull my work into this back part of the loop, which is right here. Okay, that's hard to show like this on camera, but that is what they mean by just going into the back loop. So it's a half double crochet again. So you want to yarn over. You want to go down into the middle of your V on the top of your stitch, and just put your hook up under just that one part of the V, just the back part of the V. Yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, so yarn over, go into the middle of the V and put your hook under the back, just the back loop, so you don't have the 2 pieces coming across. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops. And that's your half double crochet into the back loop. Now what this effect does, if you haven't done it, what this effect does is it gives you some ridging on, especially if you have a less halo style, halo-ish kind of thing on your yarn. You get more stronger definition in it, but it gives you a bit of a ridging, so a little bit of texture on your work. So I'm going to go back to the comments. Love Pinterest is a rabbit hole I fall down. Yes, I'm with you, Emily. Actually, I have probably as far as the followers on my on my social medias, my biggest following is on Pinterest, and it might have something to do with the thousands of projects that I have saved, and I have a whole crochet folder with a whole bunch of different projects. saved. Yeah. So and that's my biggest folder that people follow. But yeah, so that's my life. I do the same. I go down a rabbit hole. I get tons of ideas. I will probably never make all of those projects, never in a million years. But it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna pin them anyway because one day I may go back to it and try and find it. King says, plus trying to figure out how to set up the right amount of time during the weekday to work. Oh, yeah, that's tough. And also what works best for you, you know? So I know what I've been doing. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to take a drink. So what I have been doing for me, since I am currently jobless, what I do is I get up, I have my breakfast, and then I try to work between 8 and 10 hours a day on work stuff. So either making phone calls to try and get some assistance, or uh, applying for jobs, or working on my YouTube channel. So that is, and then I also make sure to take a couple days off. So I work through the weekends usually, which means that I probably take a week during the week off a little bit more than I say on the weekends because I do work through the weekends. But I try my best not to work more than 50 hours because when you're working for yourself, it's really easy to do that. Now, actually crocheting itself, if you're having fun doing that and it doesn't feel like a chore, then I say continue to do that anyway. Um, but or switch from the work project to a fun project. That's just my recommendation in trying to balance because you got to balance. You have to. Um, yeah, Kivia says that she also goes down the Pinterest rabbit hole. It is lots of fun. Hello, listening while cooking. Well, thanks for listening, Lisa. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hi, Lori. Are you working on the project with us? I'm going to show it here again in a minute, but we are currently on row 2. Now, I am going relatively slowly here, only because I'm chatting and not hard focused on my project, which is underneath my. There we go. Let me do that. It was underneath my microphone here. Funny story, Lori started off this live with no mic because this guy, I can turn him off and on. See, hang on. See, that's a little off and on button. So I forgot to turn my mic on because I turn it off when I'm not doing like a live. And that's the only thing that I use this mic for is lives. Oh, I just did a double. I wasn't paying attention. I just did a double stitch. Ooh, I can't frog this. By the way, this yarn is, I was able to frog that one stitch, but I got a feeling it ain't going to frog well. It will not frog well. Joy says, I'm working on my mother-in-law's Christmas. Oh, yes, I love that Christmas tree hat. If you guys haven't checked that out, you need to. Oh, where did you post it again? I can't recall, but oh my gosh, it's so cool. That Christmas tree hat, really, really cool. It says, if I had done as much work in my retirement portfolio as I have on my Pinterest account, I could probably quit my job now and spend my time working through all the pins. Amen to that, right? Amen to that. Speaking of retirement portfolio, I got to figure out what I want to do with my 401k that I had with my job. I need to transfer it, but I don't have anything to transfer it to because I would normally just transfer it to my next 401k, but I still don't have it, and he needs me to transfer it. I'm thinking maybe my bank, I can start a Roth IRA there and transfer it there. That's what I'm thinking I might need to do. Anybody have any suggestions on that? Anybody? Hello? I'm going to read some more of these comments here. I'm just getting my last stitch here. All right, I just finished row 2. So, oh, that good. The wife made in the crock pot dumplings. That sounds yum. Dumplings, chicken, peas, and green beans. That sounds so yum. I've been trying to make at least 2 beanies or 2 loveys a day to put in my donation bags for the Children's Hospital. I love that Children's Hospital, the UNC, to support my daughter-in-law's nephew and all the kids. This is something for me. I love that. Oh, no, I got here late. I've been sick all week and cooking dinners wipe me out. Well, just chat. Just hang. It's fine. You don't have to work. Just hang. And we're probably not going to get this all done anyway. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. What do you have? Just like, I think it was just the icks. You know what I mean? Nothing specific. Oh, so King actually has a Pinterest, but hasn't really used it. Well, it'll be a rabbit hole. I'm just telling you. It'll be a rabbit hole. All right, so this is the foundation chain, rows 1 and rows 2. Rows 1 and 2. So foundation chain, row 1 and 2. And if you had less halo-y yarn or less kind of fancier yarn, you would see a little bit of texture going on here between these 2 rows because you went into the back stitch. I can feel it. It's a little bit, you can see it a little bit on my project, but it's harder to see. All right, so we're going to move on to, yes, like TikTok and YouTube. I think YouTube is a little bit more of a rabbit hole for me, although TikTok, once I get going on it and you start larking the videos and then it understands what you like, I could just be for way too long. So I have to be careful when I go on that. It's okay for me to go on it at night, but I can't do it during the day. Otherwise, I'm like 3 hours later, I'm like, what the hell happened to my day? All right, so the next part and I'm going to show it here. So row 3 is, so you chain 1, turn, working in front loops only. So this time we're just going to work in the front loops, half double crochet in each stitch across. So just working in the front loops this time. So again, you've got your V. So you see your V on the top of your stitch. Now, instead of going into this back loop, you're going to put your hook just into this front loop and then do your work into just that front loop. So you're not going to do the back loops anymore. You're going to do the front loops. I keep on feeling like I'm saying Fruit Loops. So you just go into the front loops, which for me, front loops are a little bit harder than a back loop. To master, at least at the beginning of the row, but once I get the hang of it, it'll be fine. Yeah, just remember, you just do the front loop only and make sure you're in the V, because sometimes you could be working in the loop where you were in the back loop before. Anyway, so it's a front loop of your only. So here's the top of your stitch. And I'm working from the way that I'm working. Oh, I got the yarn over it. Hang on. So here's the top of your stitch. So there's your V. Hang on. This is like, let me pull this out a little bit here. So you've got your V's here. So that's a V. That's a V. It's with the halo. I know it's hard to see, but this top loop up here is my front loop right there. Whereas down here would be a back loop. Okay, so I'm seeing here. That's pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. IRAs still invest in markets so they can be unstable. The 401k, it can be relatively unstable, but I'm looking for the long term. All right, I'm going back and reading things because I was in the middle of doing stuff, so I'm going to read some comments here. I think the Roth IRA might be your safest bet. The stock market has been so volatile in the past 2 years. You may want to put your money somewhere where it won't lose value. I got you, but and also the thing is though, it's going to be in the bank for probably like another 15 years. Yeah, I'm 17 years, maybe 17 to 18 years, because I just turned 48. So, so you call your bank and see if they have a personal financial advisor to discuss it with. That's a good idea. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's a good idea. Last craft sale of the season tomorrow and Saturday, plus local handmade store needs a restock of kitchen scrubbies, dishcloths, and soap sievers. Oh my gosh, so you're just working away, Deneen. Look at that. But hey, you're in demand. Yay. Yay, you have to tell us how these went whenever we see you again. IRA still invest in the market. Okay. And Deneen, did you find out what yarn that was? So that's from Emily to Deneen. And thank you. I'm glad. Yes, I love this. I think it's going to be so pretty when it gets done. I think it'll be very, very pretty. Although the stitching is not going to look as loose because it's got all this halo as if I was using Unforgettable. King says, I'm also one that has to investigate and study every little aspect of anything I'm currently working on. So hopefully I'll be making a Google page. Oh, got you. Yep. So I get it. I get it. I do a lot of research and stuff too. So totally get that. Lori says the nurse practitioner I talked to on telehealth said it sounded like a flu strain. Ugh. Has been going around here, headache, body ache, and fever. Yuck. And then you just feel like crud. I'm sorry. And those take so long to get over. I'm so sorry. I do. I hope you feel better soon. And you're always welcome to contact me on Instagram and check things out. I have been trying to be better in my communication. I am using crystal cakes, Lori. I am using Karen at Crystal Cakes. So anybody that came in but that didn't see what I was using, I'm using Karen Crystal Cakes. I will probably not use this whole cake, barely at all, to make this, but we'll see. And then I'll just make another one, right? Or I'll use it for the next project, maybe. We'll see what the project is and what the weight of yarn is that we need. This is the yarn that it's calling for. Red Heart Unforgettable. That's what it's, and you can even see that's her picture on the front of that. That skein of yarn. So that's what it's calling for. I just decided instead of using my gray, because I only have my Unforgettable right now, I only have the gray here. I think it would look really pretty in this crystal cake. Let's see, Emily, I'm getting better. Okay, so Lori says, Emily, I'm getting better. I'm going to make myself go to work tomorrow. Oh, that's tough. I shouldn't be contagious anymore. And I will just take a big dose of medicine and take a box of tea and jug of honey with me. Yes. Oh, I think I went through the whole loop that time. See, that's the thing is with front loop, I have a lot harder time with just going through the front loop than I do just the back loop. Yep. So this row is going to take me a minute. This row is going to take me a minute because of that. I am looking here. Denise says, do you want me to put in touch with my son? He's an economics major. Wow. That's amazing. He's only 19 years old. That's amazing. I'm going to reach out to my bank and call them. But I may hit you up, Denise. But for right now, I'm going to reach out to my bank. I like that. And that way I can just get things in with my bank if I need to and call and see. I don't want to cash out because there's penalties in cashing out. I just want to roll it over. So I'm getting hot in here, but it's all the lights I have on right now. Normally it's much darker at this time of day, but and we are abnormally hot this time of year. Are you guys experiencing the same thing? Thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And if anybody needs me to go through any of these stitches again, I don't think so. I think most of you guys have the experience. and you don't need me to go through the stitches again, but please don't be embarrassed to ask if you do. Okay, because I'm happy to show you how to do the stitches. I'm just not doing a full-on tutorial because this isn't my pattern. So I'm just showing you how to do the stitches, and then we're going to do them together. That's all. We're just crocheting together. Hey, hey Mel, I know I'm late. I'm having supper with the wife before she goes to work. Well, make sure the yarn fairy says or tell her that I don't know what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to do is get into a front loop here, and I'm just the worst at that. Anyway, make sure the yarn fairy tell her that we want her to have a great day. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say there. Oh, yes. It says, King says, Deneen, do you have any suggestions for stocking inventory for a new person in this field? I honestly think, Deneen, we really need to get you on a makers, but I know that you're in the middle of your season, so you're busy making away. What's a good month that we can get you on our makers episode? Because I know that there's so many people that would love to pick your brain. And I know I would love to pick my brain for, like the festival season and stuff to make. I know things may be a little bit different in Canada versus Florida, but let me know if what month would be good, and we'll make sure we get that arranged on the yarn hookers. That's what I'm talking about, on the yarn hookers, because we want to pick your brain. Yeah, I'm looking down here, you guys, just trying to half double crochets. That's what we're doing. Oh, okay. I figured sometime after the holidays. Yeah, because I figured right now it's probably busy for you. And if you don't want to be live on camera, you don't have to be. We can just get your voice. We're okay with that. We are okay with that. See, I knew it would take me a lot longer to do this. This all I've gotten done of this row, because I just struggle with the front loop crochet. So what they're doing is they are in effect creating a right side and a wrong side for this project by switching up back loop and front loop. So if we continue to do back loop back and forth, then what would end up happening is you would have both sides looking the same. But because they're switching up the back loop and the front loop, one side is going to have that texture and one side is not. Yeah, I don't remember if it was on clearance or a good sale or something. It was definitely on sale. I wouldn't have bought it at full price. At full price, it was, Karen normally puts it $9.99. Although nowadays it would be $12.99. Yeah, I remember buying it on sale, and I didn't know what to make with it because it's such a great color. So I was thinking I would end up doing a shawl with it, but I was like, you know what? This is perfect for this cowl. And I may still have plenty to make a shawl with because I have a whole nother cake besides that one. And it came with, it's 634 yards in a cake. So I would probably still have plenty to make a shawl with after I make this. Because this pattern only calls for one skein of this, which is how many? I think it's like 230 yards. Let me find the yardage. Where's it at? It's 270 yards in here. You have a whole closet of those crystal cakes. Oopsie! It's right next to the other things that went on a really, really good sale. Anyway, Lori said, I bought 2 crystal cakes and I have on clearance when I had an order for a scarf and the customer picked it. So you had a client ask for something and then they picked a different yarn. Oh my gosh. So now you've got all those crystal cakes left, huh? I live 2 doors down from Canada, and a lot of people come over to shop business. Okay, so your weather would probably be relatively the same, unless Deneen lived like way up north in Canada. Um, so you may have relatively similar weather patterns, with plenty of snow and stuff like that. So that's good. That's good. So what the advice that Deneen would give would be advantageous for you as well. They were $5, and I may have bought a few. Just saying, just a few, right, Terry? Just a few. Well, you get to see how they look as this particular project, and when I make mine, and then you can decide if you want to make your own. So I'm getting close to the end. Finally, you guys, I'm telling you, I struggle with the front loops, especially on this fuzzy yarn. Oh yeah, I have kept my yarn shopping to a minimum, but after I move, yes, I feel you on that one, Emily. One of these days I will get a new house. Of course, it's been pushed down the line a little bit. Because in order to get a mortgage, you have to show where you've had a stable income. So I'll have to wait until I'm in a job for a little bit. That shouldn't be too hard because I tend to stick with jobs for a long time. When I went to the job works place here in North Carolina, like in my city, it's North Carolina Job Works or something like that. Anyway, the guy there, he's like, "Oh, you were there for 5 years. Well, you probably don't need to give much more job history than that." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I could. It's like 5 years there, 5 years at the other place, 5 years at the other place, 1 year at the other place, 10 years at the other place. I haven't hopped a lot." Hey, Pajama Days. Hey, Emma, how are you? Oh, I made a beautiful shawl from one as a gift. They are lovely. Yes, I think so too. So you only needed one to make a shawl? That's what I'm thinking, even though I do this. I won some yarn this past weekend, and Lori says I won some yarn this past weekend, and it came today. Ooh, it's beautiful, but I'm not going to be able to wear it on my skin. It's going to make a basket or bag. Oh, is it kind of woolly? It was minus 47 Celsius with a wind chill the other day. Oof, oof. I couldn't do that. Okay, so I'm done with row 2 or row 3. So now we're here, which you can't see much, but this is where we're at. So now we just repeat rows 2 and 3. So if you remember row 2, we were going in the back loop. So we want to chain 1, and then we want to go into the back loop. So now we're just going in the back loop. If you need me to show you again what it looks like to do the back loop, let me know. I'm happy to show you. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and work through it while we're all chatting. Emma says, I'm good, thank you. I have almost finished a cotton bag and started working on a wreath. Awesome. So what we're working on, Emma, since you just got in, we're working on the pattern that was chosen by you guys. And let me show it to you. This is a pattern. It's a free one from Yarn Inspirations. You can go down below and click on the link to get the pattern itself. So that's the pattern that we're working on. I know I just finished row 3, and I'm going into, I'm starting the repeat of row 2 and 3, and we need to do that for 70 yards. That's 70 yards. That's a whole lot of yards for 70 rows. Yes, we do, Lori. Yes, we do. So Lori says, I think it has some, well, it feels similar to Scarfy, and we know how you feel about that, right? Yes, we do. So I am surprised actually that this crystal yarn is soft. It's not as soft as I can't remember what the name of the other yarn is. That feels like a t-shirt yarn. What is the name of that yarn? One of y'all probably remember, but it was another like short line, like they didn't have it up for very long. Oh, perfect. So you have some nice yarn that you can use. Perfect, Emma. It is it's calls for a 5-weight yarn, which this is what it's calling for. Not a 5-weight, a 4-weight. Red Heart Unforgettable, which is a roving yarn. So sometimes it gets a little bit less than a 4, but for the most part, a 4-weight yarn. I have decided to use Karen Crystal Cakes. I got it whenever it was on sale or clearance at some point in time. But that is what I'm using. That's a super duper scarf, right? Cloud, Terry, Cloud. That's it. Limited edition. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Oh my gosh. You guys, I took a nap for like 30 minutes before I came to this live because I was dozing. So when I was trying to get stuff done, I kept falling asleep. So I'm like, all right, let me take 30 minutes, get recharged. And I don't think my brain got fully recharged. I say that, but honestly, I do this all the time. So it really, honestly, probably has nothing to do with the fact that I took a nap or didn't take a nap. It takes me a minute. Your husband and son are out ice fishing today. Oh my gosh. Wow. King says we get just as cold here, but the wife was born and raised in West Palm Beach, Florida. Yeah. And lived here until I came back to Maine December 1st. Oh, wow, 2018. Oh my goodness. I am so on Santa's naughty list. I've had 3 deliveries from the Knitting Network. The Knitting Network. What? I gotta check that out. 4 lots of yarn from eBay, and I still have some coming from Good Vibes Yarn and Siobhan's, which I know that's not how you pronounce it. I think I can't remember how you pronounce it. Crafts, yikes! Oh my gosh! So the Knitting Network. That is you're what? Are you in the UK, Emma? And you may have told us this before, and I forget. Don't forget, we're working on row 4, and we're working just into the half double crochet into the back loops. So we're on row 4, half double crochet into the back loops. If you're just coming in, you can download the pattern. You can download the pattern. It's linked below. But it's a free pattern from Your Inspirations. And hopefully you guys like this. I'm going to continue doing this method, and we're just going to chat while we crochet. I'm going to continue doing this method. And what I'm thinking about doing with my members is maybe doing the same thing, but like on like a kind of a Zoom call or something. I got to figure out how to do that. Or maybe we'll do it on what's the name of that thing? Discord. On Discord. I think there's a way that we can do a video chat type of thing on Discord. Anyway, I was thinking about doing that. So these are thoughts in my mind. I just haven't implemented them. I gotta implement them, right? All right. It says I may have a few of those too. A few of the crystal cakes or a few of the cloud cakes. Or both. You just have plenty. Yes, all those are from the UK. Okay. That's what I was thinking. It sounded like kind of a UK thing. But that's cool though. I'm glad you're getting all that yarn. You're only on the naughty list if somebody finds out and gets mad, right? Oh, I printed the pattern off for my library of patterns. Yeah, I got those. I got that too. I used to have many more. I have a lot of books now. I stopped printing them as much, and just save the PDFs. So, yay. Well, if only if you want to by Stitch Oil King to become a member. I need to give my members more right now. I need to kind of revamp my membership, and I plan on incorporating Discord a lot with it because there's some things that I can do with Discord. Like there's some files that I can put on Discord that like not files. There's I can make channels that only have like certain members, certain level of memberships. Anyway, um, so that's why I plan on using Discord a lot more, and then along with the videos and stuff like that. And hopefully I will get to writing more patterns again soon. I haven't had the gumption to write as many patterns, I don't think. Deneen says, I wasn't ordering anything, but Hirschner's Crochet Society and Michael still need to be delivered. Just got married, maximum Walmart yard. Oops. I don't know how it happens. That's right. It's just a slip of the finger. I don't know what happens. Siobhan, that's it. Siobhan, thank you. Siobhan Crafts is a small business. She dyes her own yarn and is stunning. Siobhan herself is only a young lady, but she works very hard. Much recommended. Excuse me. I will have to check her out. So Siobhan Crafts, and I could probably look her up on Etsy, right? Oh shoot, I did that wrong. Okay, so I just finished with row 4. Now I'm on row 5. And so on row 5, we need to go into the front loop, which is a pain in the booty. I'm just saying. Okay, I gotta focus on this first stitch. The first stitch is always the hardest with the front loop. So yeah, we're just going in the front loop, on row 5. Because we're repeating row 3. Oh, she has her own website. Okay, so if we just do a Google search for Siobhan's crafts. Oh, Terry, I bet you can figure out Discord. If you can figure out any other things like Facebook Messenger and stuff, I know you can figure out Discord. What I like about Discord as opposed to like Facebook groups and stuff is that I can have a whole thing. Like there's a whole channel where all of the YouTubers that create YouTube videos based on yarn, they can go and they can drop down their link to their video, and it doesn't disturb the regular conversation. So if somebody wants to go in there and check out, some people in the community that are active in the community, they're videos that they've dropped recently, they can go in and look in that particular channel. But they have to be seeking it. The same way, so just separating out the conversations, I like that you can do that a lot. And I really hate doing front loop only. Especially on a fluffy yarn. There we go. Okay. So I know that you would get it. I know that you would get it. We like supporting our faves on here. We know how much work it is. But thank you. I appreciate that, King. You're wonderful. Thank you so much. By the way, your vest looked amazing. So hopefully you're going to share that when you're on the live with us. If you don't share it before then, because I think it looked amazing. Hey, Barbara Riggle, how are you? We are making everybody, well, not everybody. Oh, that's okay. I have to be there somewhere by 7 p.m. Okay, I completely understand. Oh, got him. Oh, you guys, it's actually the end of this session. So I only wanted to do like 1 hour each night. So this is all I've gotten done. So my thought of us being done by next week, that's really silly, isn't it? That's so funny that I thought that. It could have been the group that you were in. So, but I'm happy to help if anybody has any questions about that. But so this is where I'm at. I'm going to finish out this row. So we will be on, because I'm working on the front rows. So this is 5. So I'll be on row 6 for the next one. And then depending on how that goes, I may have us work, if you're working on this with me, work on it a little bit before the next live, and then that way we don't spend a long time on this. So at least one more episode, if not 2 more episodes, working on this and getting it done. Okay, that's cool. Yes, that's the one I wanted to get done for the live that'll be coming on. This is King. Okay. I've got some peppermint ice cream delivered today. My son just brought me some. Yum. That sounds delicious. Emma says to King, I came across her website while looking for rainbow yarn. She does loads of gorgeous color yarns. She has lucky dip bags. Ooh, subscriptions, pins, and that sounds awesome. And thanks so much, Yarn Bar, for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Emily. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoy this method of me kind of going through and us chatting and doing the pattern. But we'll continue to work on this pattern until we get done with it. And of course, for now, I'm going to hang on to it until next week. But after next week, I may work on it some in between. Because I don't want to add another project to your list that you're trying to get done, and it's no hurry. Don't worry about it. No hurry. I know. Okay, so I wish that you need a tutorial on Discord, Terry. Is that what you're saying? Or were you saying on this? I can't do a tutorial on this because it's not my pattern. Otherwise, I would. So I will finish row 5 and then start on row 6 when we go live next week. I'm going to put it in my little bag here. Where'd my little bag go? This will be my dedicated project bag for this. Discord. Okay. I'm happy to help you with Discord if you want to download. I'm happy to help you as much as I can. If you want to download it and check it out, that is entirely up to you. Ooh, working on the 4th dragon. Awesome. You love live and crochet. It's like coffee morning. Yes, exactly, Emma. So if you're working on the project with me, awesome. That's where I'm going to be at with the project. If you're working on your own projects, that's perfectly fine too. We just picked this project that some of us will be working on together. And I had a little thing on my computer. And then we'll continue to work on that. So without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go for tonight. I know it's only an hour, but I'm trying to limit myself. Because you guys know I could talk for hours. I could be on here for 3 hours. You guys know that, right? Yeah. And by that time, I'm breaking out my beer. I'm saying stuff I shouldn't be saying, So with that in mind, keep an eye out for tomorrow. I am going to be dropping a video. I still need to edit it, but it is going to be a review on this particular bag. This bag right here, which has my mom's blanket in it. So it's going to be a review on that. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. And thank you all so much for being here tonight. If you haven't yet, on your way out, if you enjoyed the conversation and the crochet, hit the thumbs up button. And I will see you next week, same time, Thursday, 6 p.m. All right. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much. Good night.